Hey YouTube, it's Alicia here. Hope everybody is having a great day. None other. Please excuse the wrap. I have just got to wash my hair, but I am coming to give y'all another episode of one of my series. Now y'all know I have a couple of series going on, but this series is so cool. I've been doing, and everybody's been giving me real good feedback on it, and I am going to be doing another Darkside telling of Disney princesses. Now, I'm going to be telling about Snow White. I have already done, let's see, Cinderella and The Little Mermaid. So now I'm going to tell Snow White. So we all know the Disney classic Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. You know, that particular movie came out, that particular, let me just say, particular version has came out in 1937. Now, doing that, excuse me, doing that time, it has been several depictions of Snow White and thing. And so in the Brothers Grimm, as y'all know, has a couple of fairy tales collection that came out in 1812. It was a collection of books, and it was more of the darker telling of our Disney princess classics and things. Now, in the Brother Grimm's version, we are introduced to the evil queen. We all know the evil queen, but what y'all don't know, the evil queen is actually Snow White's mother. Y'all heard me. It's actually Snow White's mother. So, you know, we got that different Disney telling, but in the Brothers Grimm, this is the evil queen is Snow White's mother. She's cruel and stuff, but she's all about her beauty. But her daughter, who's only 7 years old, is equally beautiful. And the mirror let her know it. Don't want to be upstaged by her own daughter. Let's just say she wants to unalive her. So she thinks to get rid of her 7-year-old daughter is to unalive her. So y'all get what I'm saying when I say that. Then she wanted to unalive her and eat her lungs and liver. So she hires a huntsman. Okay. In there. She wants him to unalive her and bring back, like I said, her lungs and liver for she can eat. I'm going, okay, this woman is again, the mother is already giving me, what's that Netflix show, documentary they did? If you know which one I'm talking about, comment down there. So, she's out with the huntsman. He takes her out, and she's picking flowers, and he's finna get ready to go to unalive her. And she turns around and she begs him to not do that. And he said, I am ordered by the queen and stuff like that. And I'm going, this is just a child. And he has a second thought. He has second doubts of unaliving her. And he told her her evil stepmother's plan, her evil mother's plan. You got to think, Disney said evil queen was her stepmother. Okay. So he told her, run away. She did as the huntsman said, and run away. And so he knew he had to bring something back. So what did he bring back? He brings back a boar instead. Yeah. He ended up killing a boar instead and giving the evil queen / her mother a liver and lung of a boar. and pretend that it was Snow White. He sat there, he stood there and watched her eat it, not saying nothing. So that's the last time you would hear about the Huntsman, because we don't know what did he get out of the village or left completely for another village, for he didn't have to suffer her wrath once she found out that was not the liver and lung of Snow White. All right. So that's the last time we see her. So Snow White, she comes to the cottage to the seven dwarfs. Y'all know, we know that part. So that is also in this story. And as she's there, the evil queen, in the mirror tells her where she is. In the cottage, in the cottage with the seven dwarfs. All right. She appears in this tale. She appears in this story 3 different times with 3 different items. Deadly items. 1, she has gave her a comb, a poison comb, but the dwarfs found her in time. She gave her a poison crown, but the dwarfs found her in time. The 3rd time they did it, she gave her a poison apple. But the poison apple enlarged in her throat. She thought she had success right there. And the dwarfs thought she was unalived. Had passed. They thought she was, unalived. So they built this beautiful gold and glass coffin and set it in the woods. All right. Unknowns to them, the glass coffin catches the eye of the prince. Okay. He sees this beautiful young lady in there. In the moment, he asked the doors, can he buy the coffin with the girl in it? They allowed him. I'm like, this is kind of crazy, but okay. So as the prince's servants is carrying the coffin and thing, the servants kind of almost dropped the coffin, and her body came out of the coffin, and the apple unenlarged her throat. Not a kiss, not a true love kiss that Disney give us, but not a true love kiss, but the prince get angry because of it, because of love, some kind of love and seeing her court's body, but because of that, the apple came up out of her throat, and she fell in love with him, and he asked her to marry her, and she said yes. So on their wedding day, the evil queen, her mother, came to the palace. You talking about true revenge? Now, it's all, you like going, where's the darker side to it? Here we go. The darker side to it is the true revenge by the prince and Snow White for what her evil mom did. Okay. So I want to try to read half of this. So the evil king finally unalived and got revenge. So on their wedding day, they invite the evil queen to their wedding. But when she got there, she was forced to wear hot iron shoes. You heard me. Hot iron shoes. Picture that putting on some coals and they hot. Ooh, you know that's gonna be your feet gonna be boiling and hot. Okay, she was forced to put on iron shoes, which first burnt her feet, then forced to dance until she fell unalive. Yes, from the exhaustion. As the Brothers Grimm wrote, they put a pair of iron shoes into the burning coal. Like I said, burning coal. They were brought from the tongs and before her, took her original shoes off and put these on her. And like she was alive herself with hot shoes until she danced until she fell. She was unalive. So I mean, she did all of this to Snow White, her own daughter, who is her daughter, and thing. And I was like, and you see why Disney always reimagine thing, but it's always been a little thing to me, and I'm gonna come and talk about this at a later date when it comes to Disney and stuff. And so I found something. I was doing some questions, but I couldn't get all of them. But yeah, as y'all know, it's like they said Snow White was 14 when this happened, and was 14. I'm going, okay. And they don't say how old the prince was, but from what I got from other sources, from the Disney version, the prince was like 19 and she was 14 and stuff. And I'm going, how does that work? And stuff like that. And y'all know in the Disney version, they got married. So to me, she do look youthful and thing. But now I'm going to go through some television movies and television series. So we all know the television series Once Upon a Time that came out from 2011 until 2018. That evolves around a fictional town with princesses and princesses and villains take place in a fictional Brookside, Brookside town. Then we have another one called The Shoes and the Seven Dwarfs in 2019. So those are the television series. Now another one, you have some kind of like modern version. So we have, Snow White, the original Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs came out in 1937. Then you have Snow White and the Huntsman starring Charlize Theron and Kristen Stewart in 2016. Mirror Mirror starring Julia Roberts and Lily Collins in 2012. So happened I got the Huntsman on DVD. The Legend of Snow White in 1994. Happy Ever After in 1989. And I'm going to come back and talk about that. Like I said, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in 1973. Snow White, A Tale of Terror in 1997. Snow White in the Forest of Them All 2000. And Sydney White, a 2007 Dwarfs. Like that. So I'm going to tell you about Happily Ever After and Sydney White. So let me start with Sydney White. So Sydney White is sort of like a modern version of it. But instead of like the seven little people, you have tall men and mostly geek. You have mostly geeks and nerds that are the seven dwarfs. And they are college students. This is, if you have never seen Sydney White, you need to see it. You probably can find it on Tubi, and you probably can also find it here on YouTube as well. Now, if you did not grow up to the remake of Snow White and Happy Ever After in 1989, Then let me tell you something. I used to have this tape when I was younger, and this was something that me anytime me and my sister wanted to. This is the tape we would watch because it had good musical numbers, and it's like when it comes on, they tell the story about Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and they go and here goes. And this is coming from the mirror. The mirror is actually telling the beginning part, and he goes, but the story is not even over after and it's stuff like that. So we meet the evil in this version. Meet this evil warlord that is the evil queen's brother, and he's out. He wants revenge on Snow White and the prince. Okay, the prince end up getting taken, and we are introduced to the seven Dwarfs. Yep, you heard it. We are introduced to the seven Dwarfs. Let me just tell you something. I remember this movie to the T. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it and give y'all a review on it. But like I said, they had some pretty good numbers. One of me, anytime I mention it to my sister nowadays, it's like we both laugh, and it was by this character named Cowl. Stud. I think it was Stud or Cal, one of them. And he does this song called I'm a Dirty Bird. If you do not remember that song from Happily Ever After, man, you're missing something. That's just always been a crazy song that anytime I hear it, I'm a dirty bird. In the song he quote, I'm a dirty bird and stuff. That's a pretty good song. And then it's the song with Thumbelina, not Thumbelina. It's Thumbelina. Yeah, it's she's like struggling to deal with her powers and stuff like that. We meet Mother Nature, and and when the evil queen's brother decides to attack, let's just say Mother Nature teach him. He said, I could deal with him. It's like that's one of the best interpretations of Snow White. So those are the movies. So, and like I said, I'm going to tell y'all, it's not many movies on. It's not many movies on. It's not many movies, and I'm going to say it again, it's not many movies on Snow White that is reimagined and stuff like that. We don't hardly see that. We always see in the reimagining of Cinderella. We kind of sort of sometimes see y'all reimagining of other Disney princesses, but not Snow White. She's not very well known of being reimagined. Okay, so then I decided, let me just go and see what books I can find. Now we got a couple of them in no particular order, and it's I like the version, and I'm just gonna go through them. It's a retelling. It says Snow White, retelling of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs by Tracy Lynn. It's a series. It's a One Upon a Time series, and you can find this in Barnes and Noble. Now, this book, I did hear it. I went to go hear the audio, a little bit of the audio. It is a series of books off of the Disney princesses. So, yeah, I think y'all would like that. Then it's another book called Snow White. It's just called Snow White by Jeanette Rose. And then it's called Pure as White. It's another book called Pure as White by Lauren Burton and Jessica Cal. That's a pretty good book, and that book you can actually, I know for a fact, you can find on Amazon.com. Okay, A Girl Made of Snow and Glass. A Girl That's Made of Snow and Glass, and it didn't, at the time when I found it, it didn't. I was supposed to go back and look for the author, but I couldn't find, excuse me, y'all, couldn't find the author, but I will leave the title of the book below. And then you have A Taste of Poison by Testa Ogier. I will put the name down in the comments. If I jack up names, that's what I do. And it says Poison. It says Poison by Jennifer Dolly. That looks like a good one. It's like, these are books. Yeah, it wasn't many books and stuff. So, yeah. Yeah, here we go. A tight bodice. So, over the years, what they say in different tellings of the book, they have said, like in the Brothers Grimm, it's like a hair comb, a crown, and an apple is what poisoned her. Now, in some other retellings, it says a tight bodice. A tight bodice and stuff. Poison silver comb, poison apple with a half of it lodged in her throat. Yeah, that's that. That was that. And then, and like, I'm gonna say like this: when it comes down to it, when it comes to the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, you have to realize. Now, I'm gonna give y'all the question: what other Disney princess, Darkside of Disney princess, you want me to hear from me? Until then, I'm Alicia. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, comment below, and subscribe to my channel. Bye.